Alright, so I think we've genuinely got a problem here. So make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So we just got done playtesting and recording Vanguard. You guys love these follow-up videos. Like usual, I'll try to keep on doing them. Like I said, always smash the link crap out of that subscribe button. So, how do I say this? The new Chronojet is absurd. I didn't actually realize how good this Chronojet actually was going to be until you realize we can early stride on top of the thing, which creates 2 force markers. Okay, so in theory, if they go first, you set up the double stride markers. Okay, next turn you G-guard. You have 2 face on the G zone. You make the Uluru. You do the counterblast. Kind of have a little smile on your face. You don't really, think much about it. And then you just kind of go ahead and, have 4 face up in the G zone because you did the counterblast. Okay. But where do you go from there? You stride Mystery Flare on the 4th turn of the game. Now you're probably asking yourself, wait a minute, whoa. You're accessing Mystery Flare that early? Yeah, so Mystery Flare literally flips up 1, and then our problem now becomes, oh hey, we Mystery Flared up our final piece. We're good. Mission is accomplished. And that's where all of our problems begin, because now you get to take an additional turn at the end of this one. If you have the Steam Maiden face up, the Steam Maiden can bind a Chronojet and kick it out. So guess what, everybody? You're going to have a Chronojet up and running in the bind zone for your, attack sequencing, which, guess what? That's a problem. You get the ability to deal with all those shenanigans, and that's going to lead to some other problems, because the minute that's up and running, the Chronojet's just going to be more pressure than you really want to deal with. And I didn't realize it playtesting tonight, because the first round through, I'm not going to lie, like, it's going to look like I had no idea what I was doing with the deck, but we just had to ride the Baloth. Like, if you have to ride the Baloth, you're just not going to have a good time. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's just kind of how it works. And you got to be willing to accept that fact that, oh, well, we had to go through the Baloth turn. We're going to have to kind of take our lap and kind of recover. So that's fine. It's very quick and very painful. And that's kind of where I'm sitting right now with this. Because this is not a deck, as much as I wanted premium support, and as much as I have been excited, and I mean, I was jumping for joy to see this new Chronojet. I wanted to see something new for premium come out. It is just problematic all the way around. No matter how you want to spin this Chronojet, the Mystery Flare allowing you to early stride, the fact that you are able to effectively just take this free lap around the building and just go into it's such a crazy position within the game. And obviously, Bushi's going to have to do something about this. That's crazy that you've got me calling for bans out here or choice restrictions already on this, because normally I'm like, yeah, let it ride its course. I have a feeling the easiest way to solve this problem is to probably choice restrict the Chronojet once again with the early strider. Now, the early striding is not the problem with this. It's the Mystery Flare. It's the fact that this Mystery Flare goes, well, get rid of a 0, 1, 2, 3 to gain an extra turn. But the way that premium is structured, you would think that that would be okay, but the format is just too fast, too furious. And especially when you're creating a deck out of nowhere that can just take advantage of that, it becomes insane. So I wanted to rant about that for a little bit, because I do personally feel that that's crazy. Now, we also did test out Uranus. I know. I love saying that. We wanted to test out the new Uranus because I wanted to slot it into Astral Poet because it seems fun. You know, being able to just ride the Uranus and just have the portal open for free seemed kind of good, honestly. Yeah, you don't get a force marker. No, you don't need force markers for the new Uranus. Which is fine. It's one of those situations that I wanted to look at, and I wanted to go, we don't have to put ourselves into a weird situation where we have to go into the other Uranus. You know, okay, the one that takes the 3 force markers to open up the plane to make the Marduk play possible is good. Remember, if you stride Marduk on top of the new Uranus, your continuous ability will just suddenly turn off. You'll be sitting there going, but where'd my astral plane go? You know, where did it go? For premium, that portal just closes because your continuous ability is gone. That's where the Marduk and the other Uranus, the one that is able to open the plane and have the plane, you know, up and running, that's fine. That's not an issue. Actually, that guy does pretty good work. But we have to look at alternatives. You know, we have to consider other options for us to kind of work with, just to kind of, you know, test out the waters. And I do feel it's acceptable to kind of test out. Do I think it's going to be a consistent thing? No. But I mean, like, you're already choosing to play, you know, Astral Deity. You already were looking at the highest high roll deck that you could have possibly walked into for a new format. Like, you already knew the risk. You saw 11 drives plus 6 drives. You saw 17 drives, 20 drives, by the way. If you start to get a little bit more spicy with, you know, your matchups. And I get it. I do. But that's the allure. It's what we like to call, you know, the possibility is endless. It's not good. It's a trap. Trust me. I played it. It's fun. But it is not the consistent thing that you think you're getting with that. But with that being said, though, I will say I do like the standard deck. I do think that the standard deck is going to have problems, though. I know somebody's going to be like, "Oh, you know, we get standard Uranus. You know, you can do some things." Yes, but the problem is unless you're getting those big columns to go and be able to kind of put that key pressure on your opponent, you're not pushing the game in the same way that these other decks that get these bigger attack values are. It's an unfortunate part of, you know, playing the big engine. It seems fun, I will say. It's going to be very pricey to build, and that's going to be the problem with Chronojet and the Uranus in general is they're coming out of a festival booster. You already know the minute that that's going to happen that things are going to be a little bit more expensive. People aren't going to like that, and I don't really blame them for that. You know, these new decks, it is the anniversary. You look at these and you go, oh my god, you know, I can finally play Uranus, I can finally play Chronojet, but gotta spend that money. I guess my conclusion of thoughts here for where we are. Problems are arising because of the Chronojet. They need to patch it. I'm not happy to call for a patching on this level already, but just having played the Chronojet in premium, it is so far beyond what you want in that format. You're not going to have a good time. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And, well, we'll see what's coming next. Guys, have a good rest of your day, alright? Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCool40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcoolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.